And we are live with another video, and this time it is a different kind of show. The fan is over my head, it's making some noise, and people in the chat, Ryan is already in the chat, and big up to all you guys who have been supporting the channel. And this time the channel gives something back to the people who are supporting it and the people who come on generally for our shows and streams. Now, unfortunately, this stream was supposed to happen on a Saturday, but as you can see, I'm already having a cold, so things didn't work out at that point of time. But it's a Monday evening, and there are the Euros going on. So in between the Euros, we just wanted to sneak a conversation with one of the members of the channel and a friend of mine who generally comes on to the podcast. But what I wanted to say is what this concept exactly is. I just wanted to take a minute and explain it to you. So what we are going to do right now is we are going to have videos on a weekly basis where we talk to our panelists from the podcast and talk about stuff of football. You can say to an extent about personal stuff and what they want or what they do or where they would like to go and all such kind of things that maybe they may not get the opportunity to always share on a stream which talks about football or other sports. So before I go ahead, big up to Miss Melina in the chat, big up to Ryan in the chat as well, big up to John as well. So as I was saying, I will be inviting my guest now, and the rest of the conversation that follows will be all about things related to football, not related to football, and let's see how things go. So big up to all the people in the chat as well. Big up Ethan as well, and Bhargav is in the house now. Big up Ethan, and big up John as well in the chat. So Bhargav, how are you doing today?
Uh, hey Nitesh, thanks for having me again, and yeah, appreciate the love in the comments, and happy to be here.
You know, more or less there is some love, and also they are here to know all your secrets, which they
Yeah,
can't
a little
find
bit of
out
both,
on,
but
which they can't find out on other podcasts where we are talking about football and stuff, and people don't get a chance to get into the other side of things, like knowing other people as an individual. Some people like to do the Q&A. Well, I think this is something different that we are trying out, and hopefully if it works out in the first 3 or 4 episodes, then I think we can have more and more guests and we can know more about them apart from just football. So before I go ahead and John is just saying I'm here for Bhargav's karaoke skills with that mic. And before I get started, Bhargav, can you tell everyone who's watching and everyone who'll watch this video as well, where are you exactly right now?
so
Your
I'm
location.
in my hometown, Orlando. So I'll be here for like another week. I tend to go up north for half the year, so I'm just enjoying my last time. I'm enjoying the summer here in Orlando right now.
Okay, so right now you're in Orlando, Florida, and in the US. So, as I wanted to add, where are you originally from? Like, I know that you are right now in the US, but to the people who don't know much about you or will be watching this video, where are you originally from, and how did you move to the US?
No, I'm from Orlando. But as
Okay,
far as like parents wise, parents
yeah,
are from Hyderabad, India.
okay.
So my dad was a businessman, so we ended up traveling a lot growing up. But Orlando's my hometown, and grew up here, went to college here, high school, everything, whole 9 yards.
Okay. And so because your parents moved to the US, you are now officially from Orlando. And are you a US citizen as well?
No, not yet. In about in about a year, I will be.
Okay, so living in the US, and before that, just a big up to Mike as well, who's in the chat. So living in the US, what was the connection with Arsenal? And like I know you are an Arsenal fan, so how did the US Arsenal connection start? And because everyone knows that you talk about Arsenal, we go on podcasts and we talk about Arsenal. So how did this connection from India to US and then to Arsenal happen?
So I went to college here, and I was a Florida Gator. So when I went there, my first time watching, the way it works in the U.S. is every summer there's an international tournament, and because I used to watch the games daily in the summertime. Now with Arsenal, I watched the Champions League final, and then I gravitated towards the club games, and then I became an Arsenal fan. and then week in week out it became a lifestyle. But my first sport was basketball. I love basketball. I grew up on Kobe Bryant winning NBA titles. I got to see all that, and I'm blessed to have those experiences. So I picked up football a little bit later, uh, and then I started getting more into the game. And every year you learn something new about the game. So sometimes it's about the formations and what the right formations are. Sometimes it's about how to use the right formation. There's so many ways to play the game. You learn the strategy of it, and then you start. Obviously, FIFA helps with that. Sometimes you'll see me like on my channel just gaming, and then you also learn how to play wider. You start to use the whole pitch. That's how I ended up becoming like a football fan in general. Now, as far as Arsenal goes, it's just that's the club I chose because there was a time it was we always stood up against the giants like Barcelona and went face to face with them. We didn't have the best quality players in the world, but it was that underdog team that everybody wanted to root for. And then I got behind that, and it's been up and down relationship since.
Let me ask you one tricky question: football or soccer?
It's funny because American football, I have in the States, I do say soccer because I have to kind of distinguish it somehow. And also for all the football fans in England, Oxford University did invent the word. We just use it. So in that sense, I mean, I tend to use soccer every once in a while. With it on the UK podcast, it's football for sure, but in general, it's hard because I can't call. I'm not gonna call it like American football gridiron. It's just weird to do that. So
Yeah, and the other thing I wanted to ask you is not just your two first games, like one your first game ever, or and two your first ever football game that you saw.
the first football game I ever saw was probably World Cup. No, first Arsenal game was the Champions League final, and I don't like to count that as the first one. My first, like I hate counting that as the first one, but unfortunately, it was my first one. My first ever like soccer game period. That's a hard one because 2002 World Cup, I did see portions of it, but I didn't understand it. But later on, I would say I think 2006 World Cup was probably the year that I started seriously following it. And then I also saw all the women's tournaments in the U.S. because the women's game is huge in the U.S. So I used to watch the international World Cups with the women when the U.S. team would also lose to Japan, and then they'll beat Japan 4 years later. So I went through that journey also.
Yeah, just a couple of comments coming in as well, reading them out. And you mean American handball back. And we all know what football really is. And Ethan is saying any US group meetings in USA for you. I think he's talking about any US based
Yeah, so
groups.
I found that initially kind of difficult because I used to follow Arsenal week in week out, and initially I didn't have any fan interactions like that. I mean, I'd go. You'd have friends that you play with, but you won't. They're supporting like Real Madrid, Juventus, and different groups. But when the World Cup comes around, everybody in the U.S. it's massive here. Like World Cup time.
Those darn glory hunters. That's what you can call them. But
I mean that. I think which one was it? It was 2006. Yeah, 2006 was when England and USA were in the same group. Talk about like the atmosphere all across the US during those times, and then US went far, and then I think pretty much lost to Ghana, unfortunately, and then but the atmosphere was great in terms of as far as US soccer goes. The other side of it also is over the years I've gained a lot more friends in the US that love the sport. One thing I always said, like it is very expensive to play the sport here. It's not as accessible, but over the years you start finding good friends who love it, and you also find a lot of Arsenal fans once you start looking out for them.
Yeah, I just want to clarify one thing. I'm not looking for tissues to cry. It's just that I have a cold. But anyways, the thing is, the other thing that I asked you. So you said that you started off watching sport with basketball, right? So
Yeah, I mean, Just because like basketball and football are the ones that dominate. So for me, I always liked basketball a lot better.
So, which was your first ever game?
In basketball,
Yeah, overall, any first ever game that you saw, because you started with basketball.
Yeah.
Which was your first ever game?
I saw the 2009 NBA Finals, and I saw Kobe Bryant win his fourth NBA championship, and that was probably my first ever basketball game. But that whole run was a magical run because we beat LeBron James, and we prevented him from going to the finals. And the city of Orlando was really happy. And then after that, I had to like I had to watch the Miami Heat win their titles. So that's probably what set my basketball journey up.
Yeah, and I apologize if in between I have to like switch on and off the camera because you can see my face is already red because of the cold. But coming back to the basketball side of things, you said that your first ever sport was basketball, and you added that you also watched football. So, which Ryan is saying, who remembers the LeBron James meme? And so I wanted to ask you, so that's basketball, that's football. Which are the other sports that you tend to follow? Because everyone knows about football and Arsenal. People know about basketball because you do streams on basketball as well. And just before that, the Bhargav's Instagram and YouTube channel links are in the description as well. If you aren't already following him, you can follow him and subscribe to his channel as well. So it's in the description. You can get through to that as well. But as Bhargav likes to keep himself a bit private, do not Google him. But jokes apart, the thing that I wanted to say is, which are the other sports that you like apart from basketball and football that you follow?
So I mean, I like all sports for the most part. But if I were to say like growing up, it was basketball, and football. And then once I left for college, you start practicing the ones that you tend to do, and I love MMA. So I picked up martial arts like 4 or 5 years ago, and always been a fan of mixed martial arts. Just so many disciplines and some of the most well-conditioned athletes on the planet. So I love MMA a lot. And then the other one, the other big sport for me is definitely obviously soccer, football. The other ones that I do enjoy, I grew up on cricket, but like I don't really follow it as much. I used to watch the Australian team for cricket, but I know the ins and outs of it, but I just don't play it as much as frequently. It's a nice game, by the way. Now I'm like learning F1 stuff, but for me, I think MMA, basketball, and definitely soccer and football are probably my favorite sports.
And Mike just asked the question: do you like darts?
Those parties look insane, by the way. I've seen the videos of the UK darts experience, and I think the British promoter, forgot his name, the boxing promoter, he does the darts also, and he made darts into a spectacular like night out, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed watching you guys go absolutely ham at those events, and it seems like a great party atmosphere. I hear going to that might be like an event that I might be intrigued in going to one day, just for just for the whole atmosphere.
I remember that Mayweather fight versus Logan Paul. There was this announcer who used to be in the WWE. I forgot his name, but he used to be in the WWE as well. He used to be an announcer in the WWE. I remember his voice, but
You
I
mean like
forgot his
Jonathan
name.
Coachman? Is that his name?
No, Jonathan. It's not Jonathan Coachman. There is another announcer who was in the fight between the two guys, and he used to be in the WWE. Now I don't remember his name exactly, but I heard his voice and I could recall that he was in the WWE commentating for some time. So again, Miss Molina is asking quickly about the same thing that we asked. How did you support Arsenal? So you said from the Champions League final. Anything else you would like to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, so Arsenal for me was a bit of a journey because I used to watch them on and off in the 2000s, and then once once things happened, I started following a bit more. But the one year that I think the thing that with Arsenal that I ended up being a big fan is because my brother that became his favorite sport, and with him he became a Manchester City fan. And unfortunately, I tried to make him an Arsenal fan, and he turned me down. And I guess in his eyes, it was the better decision. And he has so many titles to talk about, so it hurts every single time that I have to like mention that. But for the most part, um, I used to watch it week in week out, play FIFA with him every week, and then used to learn the strategy. And then he wanted to play soccer, so I used to help him work on his skills, teach it, so I can put him on the right track in that, because I never had the sports development that he had growing up. So
And Mike is saying he likes cricket too. Ryan is saying my stepdad loves darts. Mike is talking about Barry Han. I think Han, that's how you pronounce his name, the promoter. He's the promoter that you're mentioning. And Melina is talking about footballers. I'll get back to that in a minute. Will you become a Cardiff City supporter for 10 hours? They want you on rent already as a
yeah, I'll
supporter.
definitely, Ryan, I get your messages. I just saw him. I'll definitely come on a stream, and I'm excited to see what it's like actually, as a Cardiff fan.
Yep. Probably if you have a championship club that you can support, it can be Cardiff because they're not
Oh
coming in
yeah.
the Premier League anytime soon.
Actually, I hear
But
like the championship is actually more intense than the Premier League in some ways. So I might actually like pick up a team next year just for the heck of it.
yep. And Miss Melina is saying, which are the other footballers? But I'll rephrase that. Which, who are your favorite Arsenal footballers or most favorite Arsenal footballer of all time that you like, and non-Arsenal footballers? So you can pick maybe one Arsenal guy. You can pick maybe a guy at the club level who's been your favorite, and maybe one international footballer. So three of those.
Yeah. So for me, I liked Alexis Sanchez. I also like Mesut Ozil, but it's so hard to. Growing up, my favorite position was cams and wings, but I couldn't. You have to be really silky to play those positions in creative, and I didn't have the skills for it. So I used to always play CDM. So there's a lot of players that I've enjoyed. That's my favorite position to play. But as far as like favorite footballers, just to watch, it's probably Neymar for sure. I grew up on him doing all the. I grew up watching the Brazilian soccer team with all the Copas here. Also, that's the one thing about being in the U.S. Also is you tend to watch the Copa America, and that's Neymar during those times. Just qualifying, South American qualifying, and everything, and what he does in Europe in the Champions League. So
So,
definitely my favorite player.
so as an international or club or both?
I like them both actually. He's Brazil's now leading scorer, and then he's also PSG, Barcelona. There's so many games I can look back on Neymar. He's always showed up, and he's like a box office superstar. Except for this year in the PSG, when PSG played Man City, he showed up so many times. So I really always enjoyed Neymar.
Yep, and Mike is adding that the lower leagues in England are so tense, and he's further adding that the Copa America started yesterday, and yes, let's see what happens there. It's finally started, and the cold has started too. But anyways, going back to things now, a lot of people want to know, like, if Bhargav had a lot of money right now stacked up, where would Bhargav be traveling from Florida?
You know, it's funny. I did so much traveling when I was younger. I just don't like it anymore. Like I tend to enjoy it, but the thing is, for me, I travel once every 3 months. But it's always like an event that I plan out with friends, and I tend to like work more. So like whatever I do for 3 months straight. But if I were to travel somewhere, like places I want to see. There's places in South America I want to see. I would love to go. I would love to go to Brazil. I would love to go to Australia. Portions of Australia. I hear Southeast Asia is pretty underrated. Definitely the London trip is going to happen next year, I think. It's going to be a massive trip because I was supposed to go last year. Unfortunately, COVID hit. COVID hit last year, and I couldn't go. But like in a year or so, I would definitely go to be traveling abroad.
Okay, and another thing, is there any which let me ask you this, because obviously being a football fan, which is the stadium that you would like to visit apart from the Emirates? I know you would definitely say the Emirates. Which
Yeah.
is the other stadium that you would probably want to visit and maybe watch a football game in?
Um, forgot the what's the name of that stadium? What's Crystal Palace's stadium called?
Crystal Palace,
Yeah.
Selhurst Park.
Yeah, Selhurst Park. So
Yeah.
that's one I want to actually visit because playing FIFA, I've always used Wilfried Zaha as like one of my favorite wingers. So I've always enjoyed that atmosphere of going to, and I hear looking at the atmosphere, it seems like a really nice atmosphere. That's one place I want to visit. I hear Newcastle Stadium is really wonderful, and it would be nice to visit like the countrysides of England. Um, Other places like historical, like major stadiums, I would like to see. Definitely, I want to see. I want to see the Milan Stadium in the San Siro because I used to. There was a point also in the Champions League I used to really enjoyed watching Kaká tear it up in the Champions League finals. That whole Milan side with Inzaghi, Kaká, those were some great sides, and that's a historical stadium, especially with the two teams.
And Ryan is asking, what's your thoughts on the goal for the Czech Republic that was scored by how you pronounce it, Shaik, Patrick Shaik. He scored from the half line. Did you watch that goal, and what are your thoughts
No,
on
I didn't
it?
get to see it. Unfortunately, I just started my day, and then I just came on.
Scotland just lost 2-0 to the Czech Republic, and he scored both the goals. And his second one was a half line goal. Like he took a shot from behind the half line and he scored the goal with his left foot. But I guess you can check that out. I just tweeted it out. Oh, yeah, not on Twitter, but maybe you can just check it out. I can send you the link later on. And Zaha went on loan to Cardiff. He's still not coming to Cardiff. Don't worry about it, Ryan. He's not going to come to Cardiff yet. But Ryan is determined to have you as a Cardiff City fan, even if temporarily. But the other thing that I wanted to ask you was overall is now everyone has an idol that they want to meet. So who would be your idols to meet as a football fan, like the football idol that you would like to meet, and a non-footballing idol that you would like to meet? And try to, I know you will probably say Neymar, but apart from Neymar.
No, I'll be honest. Like I do want to. That would be a great meeting. Actually, it would be nice to. The other person I would love to meet is Karim Benzema. I've absolutely
Okay.
always enjoyed his lifestyle in that sense, and there's some lifestyle in a sense like if you see with Benzema, it's his work ethic that is amazing. Like he's so underrated with his work ethic and his complete game. If you've seen the Balenciaga video of him in the way he lives, it's quite fascinating actually in that way. Now the other person I would like to meet would be like like you're talking about like non-sporting.
Non
I'd love to meet
non-football,
Elon Musk or
non-football, non-sport. Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
it's definitely Elon Musk or Mr. Beast actually the YouTuber because I just want to see I want to talk to them about just how they manage to do the stuff that they do, and they're very progressive in their ways and their creativity and innovation. So those are two people I really want to meet in real life, like technology wise.
Now I'm curious who this Mr. B is because I don't
You
watch
don't know
much
who
of
Mr.
YouTube.
Beast is?
Nope.
He's one of the most famous YouTubers out there. He's the way he does his channel and everything, and the charity work he does, the amount of enthusiasm he brings just to YouTube, it's amazing to watch, and it's pretty inspiring actually. I wish I could have lived that way. And he makes you he puts you on the edge at times in his YouTube videos. So he's definitely one of my favorite YouTubers.
Okay,
Sure.
and Miss Valina is saying she would like to meet Jack Grealish and Said Banrama and non-footballer Mia Khalifa. But guys in the chat, uh, Ryan is saying Mr. Beast is class. Ryan, I'm saying which footballers would you guys like to meet and non-footballers, any celebrity that you would like to meet? Ryan and everyone else who's watching, do let me know in the comments as well. The other thing that I wanted to ask you is like we now spoke about destinations, we now spoke about sports persons that you would like to meet. Which now let's talk about results. Now, which is your favorite Arsenal game and your worst Arsenal memory ever? And worst in the worst one, don't mention that Champions League final because you already mentioned it. But apart from that Champions League final, and One second. This is funny. Miss Malina is saying non-footballer simply. But the thing is, yeah. So, which is your best memory of Arsenal, and which is your worst memory of Arsenal as an Arsenal fan?
So, good memories. I mean, it's so many good ones because there's so many games that there's definitely been some good games with Arsenal. I will say, like it's not completely without that, but obviously our the worst game right now it's the Villarreal series just as a whole is definitely like the worst memory. I think Baku hurt also. Baku hurt
Yeah.
just as deep. Because I think any of the victory in either of those, I think the club's fortunes are turning around. And we really needed the breaks in those games. Best moment. Oh man. I think the FA Cup victories. Um, especially against Chelsea, especially the upsets. Those are definitely some of my those are some of my favorite memories. The FA Cup games. Oh yeah, Barcelona when we played Barcelona, when the Barcelona just the first leg, just the fact that how Jack Wilshere played that game, just running the midfield and taking it to Barcelona, along with Cesc. I think that was one of my favorite games. A really good game was when we beat Manchester United. Um, when Emmanuel Adebayor scored the only goal at Old Trafford. It was way back in like 2008, and it was a really good game. It was a really good game, and in the end, we won and we nicked it. And it was great it was a great victory against like the old side. So that's just a memorable game for me. That was probably my first ever Premier League game that I watched. So
And Ryan is talking about the
yeah,
footballers that he would like to meet: Alex
2006.
Mathies, Rashford, Bothroyd, and Chopra. And he's talking about, did you know Cardiff City won the FA Cup in 1927 versus Arsenal?
Nope.
I think I've heard Brownie say that like 100 times because that is the only thing they won against Arsenal. But big up to you as well, Ryan, for being a Cardiff City fan. It's not easy to be a Cardiff City fan because right now you are in the Championship and hope to be in the Premier League soon again. So hopefully that happens someday soon, and Arsenal can play Cardiff City again. But with respect to, so as we mentioned, your favorite Arsenal memory, any favorite football memory? Sorry, non-sport memories or
Yeah.
worst, best and worst?
Yeah. Ooh, the great ones for me are like when my college, Florida Gators, they won the college football titles and they won four national championships in 2 years
Okay.
in a span of like 2 years. Basketball and football, and those are some of my favorite moments. Uh, uh, as far as like worst, I mean, they all hurt. I will say, the Arsenal ones hurt. Orlando Magic losing in the finals really hurts. There's a ton of them too, so it's like a mix. But I'm still hoping. I'm hoping for some good victories coming up. So
Okay, and you mentioned that you watch mainly you started off with basketball, then you went to football and MMA. Now, we talked a lot about sport. Now, as a person, apart from watching all these sports, what other activity? I know obviously being on YouTube is one thing. Uh, Before I get into the YouTube side of thing, what other activity offline does Bhargav enjoy doing apart from making videos and stuff, which we'll get into? What other activity does Bhargav do apart from watch sports and be on YouTube?
I mean, I love Muay Thai, so I love absolutely love fighting. Just like the martial arts discipline of it, and the ability to use like life what life throws at you back at something and put channel some energy, channel like the negative feelings of life in some ways. It's really great like for mental health, and it teaches you a lot martial arts wise. I like swimming. That's one of my favorite activities across the board. Apart from that, I do enjoy the camaraderie and going out in that sense also on the weekends.
So,
And
so
gaming.
when you go out and gaming, okay, and when you go out, you prefer to have a drink.
Used to, not anymore.
Okay, so now Bhargav doesn't drink. So what does Bhargav generally have when he goes out?
Honestly, now I just sit there. It's usually I usually go out just to like places, and I just enjoy like good food. I just enjoy good food and a good game on. Just very quiet, just very bland, but I just really enjoy that because you meet a lot of great people in the afternoons or whenever the games are. And then after that, I don't do the whole night thing anymore. So
Okay, so no after party for Bhargav anymore.
I
Just
mean, I
partying.
it depends on maybe like once every 3 months or so, but like not too often.
Okay, and Miss Marina saying double shots, vodka shots for me and Jin.
I mean, I used to enjoy. I did. There was a time in my life. I mean, when I went to school, I did enjoy that. It's just as you get older, things you slow down a bit more, unfortunately. But you find out your. I think the big thing is that you find out your better interests, and you focus on those, and you appreciate those more.
Okay, and anything else? Do you smoke shisha or anything else that people would just
Actually, that's
dip?
one I do enjoy. The
Yeah.
I do enjoy going there because that's where you tend to meet a lot of FIFA gamers. If you ever go to like
Okay.
if you ever go to those zones, but not as much anymore.
Okay, and I was just gonna ask you, since you mentioned food, which is your favorite cuisine, or which is your and which is your favorite dish overall? Like, is it from the same cuisine? What do you enjoy? So let's get into those side of things, which will get people's mouth waterings.
I mean, I enjoy gourmet pizza, especially well done pizza. I enjoy that. I also enjoy. Um, I do enjoy the uh, Thai. I enjoy pad Thai noodles and a genuine like Thai cuisines. I like tofu a lot, so I mean, I do enjoy that. Yeah, like for the most part, Indian wise, I prefer chaat, like really spicy chaat. Um, so
I,
I mean,
I hope everyone in the chat has had some food, because you're gonna be hungry at the end of some of these conversations, because there are things about a lot of foods. And what is your go-to drink at the moment? Like, since you said no alcohol, like what is the thing that you probably have when you like, apart from water and maybe like maybe some refreshments, what exactly does Bhargav drink when he doesn't drink uh, alcohol? Like, does he have coffee, tea, or something else, or what is
oh
his
yeah, yeah,
favorite
yeah.
drink?
I still enjoy that. I enjoy I do enjoy like energy drinks.
Okay.
I don't really go for taste in those things, but if I were to go for like absolute refreshing taste, I enjoy those like strawberry daiquiris. I actually kind of like some of them, and the other ones is the margaritas, like non-alcoholic ones.
Okay, so everyone now knows what Bhargav drinks, what Bhargav eats. The thing is, what is so obviously once you have had enough food, once you've had your drinks, the next thing is that you need to burn it out. So what does like do you have a gym routine, or do you have any kind of workout pattern that you follow, or like how do you train yourself when you do?
Well, that's the thing. I've been trying to get back into it. There was I think COVID really disrupted that for me because for me, I used to just swim every day, so everything revolved around swimming. I mean, I used to just go to the pool, and um, it's the greatest active exercise you can do, is because you can't talk to anybody, and you just have to like focus on your strokes. The only problem with it is when COVID hit, like I stopped going to the pool. So for me, like one of the things I would absolutely enjoy in life is a house with a pool. I would make use of that every single day. Um, but lately I've done like virtual fitness exercises. I have the if you have the Oculus Quest 2, there's a lot of boxing games. There's a lot of boxing games that are virtual now, and that's what I do now for most of my fitness. But I can't wait to get back in the pool. I'm still like waiting on things, and that's another one that's just takes a. For now, I just enjoy like doing like kickboxing and boxing. I enjoy kicking, punching. The other thing I do
Oh,
enjoy, I'm not a big fan of like I do like weightlifting, but I don't like going to the gym to do it. I do it at home with like elastic bands and whatnot.
I hope if Oculus is watching this video somehow somewhere they sponsor us. But the thing is, the next one coming from Ryan is that his second team is Chelsea and he's not a glory hunter. We know that, Ryan. We know you. We know you. You wouldn't be supporting Cardiff City if you were a glory hunter. But anyways, Miss Molina has probably dropped you a message and she wants you to check it out. But yeah, so getting into further things, so as you mentioned your workout routine, does Bhargav sing or dance, or what does he prefer if out of singing and dancing? Do you have any either? Do you like either?
No,
Neither one.
not. I prefer reading books personally. I'm not really big on dancing and singing. But yeah, my karaoke skills are terrible. I've gone on a cruise before, got put on the spot to do karaoke in that video. My friends, my friends have that. So in that sense, I'm not really big on that. But singing, dancing, not really. That's
you
I'm
should
not like
probably
I'm not big on the creative side of that.
you should probably put that video on your channel. People will give it
Nah,
like
nah.
big
Oh, I
thumbs.
do. One thing I do enjoy is skydiving. I mean, that's one of those things I do. I like to do that. I, personally, I wanted to do it myself, but it's like $6,000. It's like some just to like learn it on your own. But one of the things I want to do is like every city that I do go to, I do enjoy a skydive.
Okay, and just wanted to ask you, since we were going into the workout side of things and you mentioned skydiving as well, is there any particular sport that you have played, like at a professional level or at the college level, or like just for fun at the school level?
No, I enjoyed swimming. I mean, the like I didn't. It's funny because my parents didn't really have they're Indian parents, so they prefer they don't really take an active part in sport. Like when you're like younger, they tend to make you focus on education, which is great. Which is great. I think over the years I've learned uh, developing your mind goes a long way. Like when you do that. Now with sporting development, I think it teaches you a lot more character, and I wish I had some of it, way more of it growing up. And I didn't quite get it, but my brother did. Like I made sure my brother got that. So um, I did swimming when I got to college. I'd probably say that's when I started doing like the sports. I was pretty small when I left for college, but not gonna lie. And so I did a lot of swimming. Like I used to go to the pool and just do like long laps, long crazy laps. Michael Phelps also was another guy. I really enjoyed his work ethic. Not on top of like Benzema and like Ronaldo, it would be nice to me.
And you're already famous, and you're already a wanted man. He's already asking for it. But big up to Ryan in the chat as well. So you mentioned about the sports that you do and the sports that you follow and the individuals that inspire you. So apart from, like, again, going to non-sporting stuff, any political figures that inspire you probably?
No, that's the one thing I've never. The thing is with politicians is I know they have a tough, difficult job, but it is so hard. I don't know a single. Those are for me. Politicians would be nice to meet individually instead of like what's portrayed in the media. And I've not been blessed with that chance yet. So
So you don't like politicians? Do you like politics?
do I like politics? No, not really. I mean, I tend to view my life. I tend to live more apolitically, but there's a lot of and a lot of my friends are like that too. But it, politics is important in some ways. I think it's just a way of like going out and help. Joining the community and helping it out is very important. So I do tend to do that stuff. It's just a matter of how you can do it, and you have sometimes just deal with politics. So something I'm getting used to growing up.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask you whom you voted for the last
Uh,
election, but but getting on to more other topics like related to maybe the world or what is happening. So social media wise, which is Bhargav's favorite platform at the moment? I know you don't like social media that much, but if you had to choose one of those platforms as your favorite one, which is your favorite platform right now?
um, there's a couple. I definitely like YouTube a lot. I think I've learned a lot about like just human society, like just from YouTube and with the various personalities I've been blessed to meet through through YouTube. But the only other one I use, the only one I used to use was I should actually not be on social media about 6 months ago. It's funny because all this YouTube thing made me like go on social media. But for the most part, I think it's useful. I just don't. The one thing about social media is there'll be times you just get off track with your own stuff. But over the years, I've kind of gotten I've kind of figured out. I'm just still figuring out how to like navigate social media, if that makes sense. I do enjoy Discord, by the way. Discord is really fun for like specialized interests.
Okay, and since you mentioned YouTube, who is your favorite YouTuber?
Oh yeah, it's Mr. Beast. There's a combo. I think there's definitely a lot of like really good ones. I mean, uh, I have to give one of my favorite ones. Unfortunately, passed away this year was Claude, because I think over the years it was kind of showing how genuine he was, and through everything he stayed the same, and I've really enjoyed that about Claude from beginning to end. Um, but as far as Mr. Beast for sure, just based on the way he, if you go and watch his series, watch his YouTube channel, it makes sense for why it's fantastic in that way. The other people I've kind of enjoyed lately, like, are we talking like non-football wise?
Yeah, any of those.
I'd probably say, the Joe Rogan podcasts were really inspiring growing up. Um, there was a lot of useful information in each of those podcasts, so that's another one. And it's kind of like what we're doing today, just general talks with like scientists, world figures, MMA athletes, soccer stars, various people. So those were really fantastic to watch. Also, before he went
Okay,
off
so
YouTube, before he went off YouTube.
and let's just do a quick rapid fire to add a bit of flair to the whole thing. And big up to Jordan in the chat as well. So let's go for a quick rapid fire now. Okay, the first question is the last show that you watched.
Uh, I think it was 24, like years ago. I don't watch much TV.
Okay, the next one, the last food item that you ate.
Igly.
Okay, where was the last girl that you dated from, originally from?
Bangalore.
Okay, and the last time you went on a road trip, which was the place that you visited,
New
or
York
any trip?
City. New York City.
Okay, okay. Uh, the last time you saw Arsenal win.
It was the final game of the Premier League season.
Okay, and the last time you saw a player score a hat trick.
I don't quite remember actually.
Okay, you don't remember any of the hat tricks.
No, I don't. Not like actually watching the game. No, I heard about him, but like I don't remember.
Okay, the last sport that you watched that you disliked.
Nah, I don't think I have one, honestly.
Okay, your most disliked YouTuber. This is controversial.
Dislike YouTuber.
The person you can't stand or you don't want to watch again.
There's not really many, honestly. If you put yourself out there on YouTube, I kind of like respect the people that do it. So
Someone's opinion that you don't like in general. I'm not saying you
I don't
hate the
have any.
person, but okay. Probably the social media platform that you dislike the most.
Oh, that's easy. Twitter.
Okay. Your favorite movie.
Favorite movie. Businessman. Telugu movie.
Okay, and you didn't mention your favorite food. If you had to choose one,
Food, like go-to wise,
dish,
I do
dish.
enjoy.
Yeah.
Bit controversial, but Singapore noodles. Singapore made fun. Chinese recipe.
Okay, if you had an option, which would be the country that you would never want to visit for whatever reason? Maybe climate, maybe people. One country that you wouldn't want to visit.
There's one country I don't want to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Iceland would be like way too cold for me.
You're becoming Lucas Torreira. But the other thing, okay. Your favorite game?
Favorite game is UFC video game.
Okay. One game that you totally don't want to play again.
Ooh, Uh, Definitely the rugby game. Really difficult game.
Okay. The last person who tried to flirt with you on Instagram. I don't want the name, but like, what did she say?
All right, so I don't know if I want to put her on blast on this one, but there was this one person and went a little overboard with the clinginess. So
Okay, no names, but that is fine. Ever okay? Just a yes or a no. Ever got attracted to someone on Twitter?
of course,
Ever asked someone for a collaboration and got turned down?
oh yeah, many times.
Okay. Ever wanted to quit YouTube for good?
No,
Ever got bored of watching football?
no, actually, except towards the end of the Arsenal season, yeah. After the
Okay.
Villarreal game, I'm like, I'm gone.
If you had an option between being a famous YouTuber and being famous in real life, what would you take?
Um, Famous, probably go with famous in YouTuber.
Okay, famous YouTuber. Okay, and if like I know you started your channel some time ago. If you're gonna make content about yourself, right, related to your life on it.
Yes.
If not about your life, what would your favorite topic of the channel be for it?
No, for me, it's just a video. Like it's a compilation series. It's more like video editing. I'm trying to learn like visual editing and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff on there that it's like my FIFA gaming. I put a lot of the vlogging. Like I'm gonna do some travel vlogs when I do them. Um, it's more so like the whole point of my channel is just it's more of a personal channel. I do enjoy the sports talk channels though.
And big up to Rishabh, he made the thumbnail, so big up to him.
Yeah, big up Rishabh.
And yeah, Ryan,
Fantastic job,
I
by the
think,
way. Fantastic job on the thumbnail.
and big up to Ryan as well. Ryan, hold on, let us finish the stream first. We can discuss that after that as well. Don't worry about it. Bhargav is available as well. Don't worry about it. He'll get in touch with you. Okay, the next question, a quick one. Has anyone stalked you on Facebook?
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Uh, in the past, yes.
Okay, the funniest person you ever met in real life, or anything that they did, like an incident.
There's this guy on YouTube. I'm still like waiting to meet, and is he's he has hilarious one-liners at every goal, and so I'm still waiting to meet him. But his name is Tackman. But
Okay, the best documentary that you've ever seen.
oh, it was probably the Broke 30 for 30. It's on how pro athletes lose their money. It's a hilarious. It's a hilarious video. Lots of entertainment and man, one of the best documentaries on ever made.
Okay, since you said you watched cricket to an extent, your favorite cricketer.
Growing up it was definitely Sachin, but I think actually no, I take that back. My favorite one was either VVS Luxman or Rahul Dravid.
Okay, and non-Indian.
Adam Gilchrist.
Okay, and if you had a chance to meet maybe say a famous cricketer, which cricketer would you meet?
Oh, MS, definitely MS.
MS Dhoni. Okay, your favorite IPL team?
Have to go with Hyderabad.
Okay, which other league apart from the Premier League is your favorite, and MLS? I'm not going to include those two. Which is your other favorite league, football league, that you watch apart from the Premier League and the MLS that you watch regularly?
I used to watch La Liga a lot back in the day, but if I were to watch one now, it would most likely be one that I'd probably enjoy the most is probably the French league.
Okay, League One. And who's going to win the Euros for you?
For me, I said Portugal, but I think it's gonna be a close one this year.
Who's your fantasy captain for the Euro fantasy?
My captain right now is Lukaku, and it's looking good actually.
It's looking good for him. It's looking good. He got a couple of goals.
Actually, my fantasy team only had 4 players play, and I got like 40 points. So far it's good. Hopefully Bruno
Any
Fernandes and Griezmann keep up.
any Indian footballer that you know about, name
Uh,
wise?
I mean, I played with the Indian team on FIFA, so I know Sunil Chetri and I don't know. I don't even know if some of the players are actual players. I have to I need to ask you about that actually.
Okay, and if you had the option to choose between darts and billiards, which
Oh,
sport you would
billiards
prefer
all the
watching?
way. Billiards,
Okay,
easy.
okay. Have you ever been to Vegas?
Oh yes.
Like, have you ever put in a bet or a
No,
like
I
have
went
you
to Vegas when I was young, and I
casino?
went with my mom and dad, and that it's a fun place. There's a lot to do. Magic tricks are there's so many there's so much to Vegas that's non gambling, right? There's a lot of magic shows. There's a lot of there's a lot of like entertaining shows just from like with tigers, animal. You've seen it. You'll see them all
Yeah.
across YouTube, but yeah, no, Vegas is a fun time, and I do want to. That's one place I actually want to live in, actually, because it's great for like the fight nights. So I can watch the fight nights every couple of months, and then I can also there's so much to do. You can get like $1,000 burger, you can get $1 million burger. It's insane.
Have you ever been stood out on a date?
Yeah,
Stood up on a date. Sorry. Yeah.
once.
Okay.
Don't
Uh,
don't,
ha-
don't even think about it much.
have you ever seen a couple fight in front of you and thought to yourself like, this could be me, but I'm lucky?
Oh yes. I mean, there's so many of these stories. I'll be honest. Like just go out in the evening and you'll have like 2 couples. One guy, I'll give you one. I was at one place and the guy was really into golf and he was mad that his wife couldn't appreciate golf, and the wife did not want to be there. I was like laughing. I was laughing the whole time. In that sense, that was like an example. And then there's so many of them, man. You see it all the time.
Have you ever dated a friend's girlfriend?
No, absolutely not. I can't have
All
that.
right.
I don't want the mental headache of that.
Okay, and I think Bhargav's internet is behaving like the girlfriend that I was just mentioning, the friend's girlfriend, but I think he's lagging a bit, so could be some issue. And Ryan is saying I changed my channel from Ryan Alford to Random Ryan, Team Rocket, RR. Good one, Ryan. But I think Bhargav just lagged a bit. As soon as I asked him about the girl thing, the net started lagging. Even the internet knows. The internet remembers. Okay, so I was in the rapid fire and I had a few questions for him, which was related to a couple of shows that I watched. So, people in the chat, do you watch Game of Thrones? If anyone has seen Game of Thrones, so I'm just about to go into a few shows here and there with the rapid fire, which was like kind of a rapid fire, but Bhargav was taking his time with some of the questions because some of those have some personal information attached to it as well. So hopefully Bhargav can rejoin quickly and he can resolve his internet issues, because I could see that he was getting up to do something. Maybe he got a call at that point of time. Okay, Bhargav is back.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Bhargav, quickly, DC or Marvel?
DC.
Okay. Favorite superhero?
Flash. Actually, Nightcrawler. It can appear and disappear at will. I like that. I like that skill.
Okay. And so I wanted to ask you, did you mention your favorite movie?
Yeah, I did. I did. I mean, I don't watch. Oh yeah, Businessman in Telugu.
Yeah, Businessman in
Mahesh Babu
Telugu.
film.
So I wanted to ask you, like, if you had to choose one, which would you choose? Game of Thrones or Twilight?
Haven't watched either.
Okay, you
I'm
haven't
not even
seen none.
joking on that. Like I'm not really that. I'm not into shows that well. Like the shows that the only shows
Twilight
that
is
I've
a
really
movie series. Good.
movie series. Yeah, no, I'm just not into them.
Okay. Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
I grew up on both of them, but I'd have to say Whew, that's a tough one. I used to love because the thing is, like, Harry Potter was pretty much childhood for me. That's like books here, basically. I'd say Harry Potter. Lord of the Rings is a good shot, though. That's such a close one.
Yep, that is why I asked you that question.
That's
A lot
such
of
a
people.
close one.
Okay, have you seen Underworld, Rise of the Lycans, or any of those movies from the
No,
series, Underworld series?
nah. But you know, one
Oh,
thing I'll tell you about Lord of the Rings, right? Never
yeah.
understood if the eagles could fly into Mordor. I never understood why they just didn't take the ring straight into Mordor using the eagles. That's the only thing that hurt that series in that sense.
Okay, I've not seen the series
You haven't
completely.
seen
I
the
played the
series?
game. I've played the game. I've not seen it completely. I've seen most of the Harry Potter movies, but I've not seen Lord of the Rings completely. I've seen some parts of it, but I've not seen it completely. I never got
Yeah,
the chance to patiently sit down and watch it, but hopefully soon. Okay, your favorite WWE star, if you ever had one.
favorite WWE star?
Yeah.
I enjoyed obviously Stone Cold Steve Austin. Just I think he changed the game completely. I enjoyed him the best. Um, yeah, and
Okay,
then
and go ahead.
I'd say Undertaker. Just a really good one for me was Mick Foley. I think he was probably the most underrated one. I think he still deserves way more respect than he's already getting. He should be up there in terms of like top 4 or 5. Just the amount of risk that he took and the stuff that he did. He elevated that whole brand.
Miss Marina has a question for you. Who's your favorite footballer in North America?
I like. There's a mix actually. I like Weston McKenna actually right now. I like Weston a lot. Like if just the way he plays.
And Ryan is asking for me, can you join a stream? Ryan, the thing is, I
Yeah,
have a bad cold. If it's for Bhargav, I think he can possibly.
yeah.
So he'll get back to you. But I have a bad cold. The only reason I'm here is because we already postponed the stream and we wanted to get this done as well. So if not for that, I would have probably been on bed rest by now. But the other thing is, uh, apart from that, I wanted to ask you. We talked about food. We talked about football. We talked about sports persons. We talked about sorry, we talked about shows and movies. Your favorite music?
Um, so I enjoy country music the best. It's kind of like Indian music minus the constant breakups. Um, yeah, pretty much like it's a lot of sorry, it's Indian music, but some of the topics it's like more laid back in a lot of it's hard to describe. It's very similar in some ways and very different too, but I do like country music a lot. The laid back nature of it. There's nothing like listening to good music. I do listen to hip hop, but not. I'm not. I don't keep up with any of the new artists. I think hip hop is definitely gone down since the 2000s. So I used to listen to a lot of rap, but not anymore.
Okay, and big up to Ryan. Sure, we'll see you soon. And he's asking you for the timing. You can just respond to him later on, maybe on his YouTube channel.
Okay, so
And
yeah.
Miss Melina was mentioning a song called John Legend's "All of Me." Your favorite song?
That I listen to constantly is probably there's a ton actually.
You can mention your favorite 3.
I mean, I like the Owl City Firefly song. That's one. Other ones I enjoy. I like Tim McGraw. I also like Eminem a lot. So there's a lot. There's so many songs that it's hard to put. It's hard to put. It's hard to put them all on here. So
Your favorite band?
my favorite band,
Yeah, not an individual artist. Band.
Nickelback.
That is going to be controversial because their latest albums were like absolute trash in comparison to their
Yeah,
initial ones.
compared to the
Yeah.
past, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but like I grew up on Nickelback, and they had like their albums were stellar. With Linkin Park, the problem I also enjoyed Linkin Park at one point until the songs
Linkin
just
Park
got,
is my favorite band.
they get repetitive after a while. It's the same exact structure, the same exact. That's the only they didn't have any variants.
They added different things in the latest albums, and they what they did is they even revamped some of the songs, which were sounding like a repetitive and kind of like a bit, you can say, slow and down versions of songs. So they did make the changes. Okay, your favorite jersey?
My favorite jersey. I'm not really big on the jerseys, honestly. Like I enjoy wearing shirts, but uh, like for Arsenal wise, I used to the Arsenal wise. I think this year does look probably the best one. Just don't want to get it right now,
Which
but
one? The home one?
the
Home or
yellow
the
one,
away?
yeah, that
Yellow
one
one.
is really fantastic. They did a really good job. In the past, I've gotten in the past I did get the green one years ago. Just it was kind of at that time it was okay. I think it was like mint. It was like a mint the mint jersey for Arsenal. I did get years ago.
And non-Arsenal one, international or maybe any other club.
Well, so that's the thing is like I don't really wear a lot of the NBA or NFL jerseys. I do like the I do like the Vineyard Vines shirts that you get for like the Florida Gators. Those are really nice.
Okay, and
Like
apart
Florida
from
Gators
that,
for sure, yeah.
so
Any Florida shirt because I
so
actually
let's
feel it. So
apart from red, which is your favorite color?
green.
Green. Okay. Which is your favorite fruit?
Like across the board, it's probably the sitafal. If you ever had it's like custard apple. Like
That actually comes in the vegetable section. You can probably say.
no, you can't find it here. Like you can't find it. It takes you a while to like you have to like go to special stores to get that in the U.S. India, it's everywhere. Gova is probably the other one. I like Gova.
Okay. So guava, yeah, I think a lot of people may prefer it. So I prefer the juice side of things because I don't like to eat the fruits. Like you can say,
Really?
I can prefer the yeah, I can prefer milkshakes or direct juices. That is fine. I mean, raw juice is also fine. Okay. If Bhargav was having a bad day, which cuisine restaurant would he probably end up in? He'll probably end up in which restaurant of which cuisine?
Most likely, most likely Mexican or uh, yeah, most likely Tex-Mex. Like American quesadilla, probably having like quesadillas.
Okay. And any favorite ones that you have, like KCDS is the name of a restaurant that you mentioned?
No, it's not a restaurant. It's a type of it's a dish. It's a Mexican dish.
Oh, it's a dish, Mexican dish. I need to do my research on my Mexican food because I don't have much of it. Okay. Any favorite restaurants that you have in your locality that you would probably like you go out when there's no lockdown happening, or any sports pub?
Nope.
Okay. Apart from that, if you had to watch a movie, do you prefer watching a movie in theaters or at home, in on your laptop or computer?
Actually, I prefer that in theaters.
Okay, you prefer it in theaters.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, do you prefer going to a mall, or do you prefer going to a park?
Mm. I actually prefer going to a. I prefer going to a mall actually over a park.
Okay, a zoo versus aquarium.
Don't care for either.
Any animal that you like any pet that you would want to have?
I would like a bird actually.
Which bird? Any particular bird?
Nah, a toucan would be nice, but I don't think I can get one.
Okay, your favorite Pokemon.
Uh, Favorite Pokemon? Good question. Mewtwo.
Okay, your favorite character in Pokemon. Please
Um,
don't tell me Nurse Joy.
my favorite character. It's funny. I don't think I have one actually. I guess Ash
Okay,
is like the main one, right? It's like we have only
yeah.
like four choices.
Why Brock is there? Brock.
Tracy.
Okay, next question. Dragon Ball Z or Naruto?
Um, Naruto.
Any other anime that you watch apart from these?
I used to watch The Prince of Tennis. It was one of my favorite ones. And Yu Yu Hakusho. Those are two animes I really enjoyed.
Okay. Any comic book that you have read or that you own?
I used to have Shonen Jump. But that's pretty much it.
Since you said you read, which was the last book you read?
The last book I read, so honestly, I read a lot. I've read this. I've read a bunch of spiritual books lately. So I've read the book Untethered Soul just recently. I've also read. Yeah. Apart from that, it's just a lot of reading on the internet, on YouTube. I also read The Power of Now recently. I got to know a lot of spiritual stuff, like mental health stuff.
Okay, and your favorite author?
Like across the board.
Yeah, anyone,
Like
whoever.
entertainment wise, I'd have to go with a little bit of Jane, like a mix of Jane Austen, and I do enjoy Dan Brown. I think Dan Brown really does well with his like suspense. He's not the best he's not the best writer, but like the suspense and the structure is really nice with his stories. But then I also really enjoy Jane Austen and how well she writes in that sense. So
If Bhargav wrote a book, what would be the genre of the book?
most likely autobiography.
Okay, a movie
Not
that you wish
not
that
not for
you
me though. Not for me.
a movie that you wish that you made.
Actually, no. Like autobiography, like nah. It's I'll probably write
Okay,
biographies. Actually, autobiography would be
biography.
stuff. Uh,
A movie that you wish that you made, like it was you making that movie
yeah.
or
So I
you
wish I could
directed.
do this. So this is one of those things I'm working on YouTube. I'd love to
Yeah.
make like animated films, and especially with like inspiration on what you get from sports. So that's like in the works.
Okay, but any movie that you wish that you made, like any commercial movie or anything that you saw that you loved and you thought that I wish I made this movie.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could do the clips. Okay, so there's this guy that does MMA videos online,
Okay.
right? And he does like 3-minute clips on them of everything that transpired. I wish I can. I'll show you the YouTuber link. But another movie I would love to make maybe happen is there's not many actually. There's not many. The Sherlock series was really well done.
Okay. Quick
Something
question as an Indian fan, Shah Rukh Khan or Salman Khan? Amir Khan?
not really, not really. Never really cared much about the actors or actresses.
Okay, favorite Bollywood actor?
Don't have one. But if I were to pick one, who? Probably either Bollywood. You said so.
Yeah.
What's his name? Who's the one in? Oh yeah. Hrithik Roshan. I'll go with
Okay.
him.
Favorite Hollywood actor?
Not really a movie fan, but I'd have to go with who's a good like actor. Oh yeah. Name. Who's the actor in Oceans? Who does the Ocean series?
George Clooney.
Yeah, George Clooney.
Okay, favorite actress of all time, like Bollywood, Hollywood, any actress that you know, Tollywood.
Talking to the one that you're talking to the guy that absolutely doesn't watch many movies. Actress.
Come on, but everyone knows their actresses. Like, could be from a TV show, could be from a movie.
But you're asking Indian film, right?
No,
Or across-
any actress that you admire or you love.
You know what? I'll
watching.
go with Deepika Padukone.
Okay, and Miss Walida just said Salman Khan. So probably we can have you having dinner with Neymar and Deepika Padukone on one side, and probably Hrithik Roshan on the other side. That would be hell of
That would be
a
kind of interesting, actually.
yeah.
David
Probably
Beckham also. David Beckham, there should be there.
yeah. David Beckham, and probably you can have your Singapore noodles and probably all the mixture of all the things that you want to
No,
drink.
we're having gourmet pizza, man. We're having gourmet pizza.
Gourmet pizza and your energy drink. Which energy drink did you say you prefer?
Monster.
Monster. Okay, so probably having some Monster as well with you. If you had the choice of between choosing between, say, running a company that produces maybe football related accessories, and maybe say gaming related accessories, which would you prefer? Just as a theoretical question.
Gaming.
Okay, gaming over football accessories. Okay, I think more or less I've covered everything. I think a lot of people would have known a lot of things that they probably didn't know about you. uh I don't want to get into the private stuff more, because
Oh,
I
we
think,
can. It's fine. No, it's good.
okay,
I mean, yeah, just do whatever.
no, I mean to say, like, are you okay? Basically, basic questions. Are you currently dating someone?
Nope.
Okay, you can say, what's your height?
5'9".
Okay, and what's your, you can say, like, ideal girl type?
Yeah, like it's honestly, it's how do you describe that? Actually, it's like I do prefer somebody smart in the sense like you can talk about many
Sapiosexual.
things, like many
Sapiosexual.
things. I think that trumps everything. Is like you can talk about many things. I've been in situations where you're pretty much talking to someone and you're just not the connection's not there in terms of the stuff that you've done. So that's number one, and then number two is probably um like a brunette, like like can pull off many hairstyles. Probably the
Okay.
goal.
Skinny or chubby?
Um, character first, bro. No, seriously, character
I know
first.
that. I know that. I know that
I
part.
mean,
But
I would
I'm
love
just
to,
saying.
I would love like somebody decently fit, but I do, but not like trust me, I'm not. It still wants to enjoy things, healthy and
Okay.
fit, obviously.
What is the longest that you have spoken on a call with a girl for? Like on any kind of call?
6 hours.
The 6 hours. You would have probably done a stream about it. 6 hours.
Nah,
No, but the thing is, jokes apart. But yeah, I think everyone spends a lot of time. What is the longest time that you've been in a relationship for? Like how long, maximum?
probably 6 months.
At least you made it to 6 months.
I'll put it that way. It's really intense. I'll put it that way. Like it becomes like you do a lot of stuff together and then stuff happens. Again.
Okay, your ideal date, like
Mm.
idea of a date. I'm not saying the girl. I'm saying the ideal. Yeah.
I got a good one actually. Exercise and then then the after party. Exercise
After
and
party.
cooking.
So now you are calling it an after party. I get it. But yes.
Exercise
Okay.
and cooking.
Okay. In general, your favorite segment, like, or you can say the favorite section of the house, like the hall or the kitchen
The
or the
den.
bedroom.
The
The
den.
den. The den, as in what sense? The bedroom.
No, it's a place where you can watch all the games.
Oh, okay. So you have such a section in your house.
Yep. Gaming
Okay.
chair, beanbag, good
PS or
TV,
Xbox? Xbox. PS or
Xbox,
Xbox?
Xbox all day.
Miss Molina is going on you, men are
course.
silly. Miss Molina, that's the thing. People want to know many things about men. You know what happens when Adam and these guys get together, Sam, Adam. So
Yep.
this is the first time probably Bhargav is talking about a bit of the stuff online. Like, we are totally open about it, but Bhargav is kind of opening up. And this is the thing. This is the whole idea of the show, is because not a lot of people know much about Bhargav. So in that sense, okay, if your hair is currently black, if you had to paint it to another color, what would it be?
Yeah, so I've done that before.
Okay.
It's somewhere. I'm not putting that on Instagram, but I think it was. I think it was. I forgot the name of it. It's like brown. Uh, I've done that. I wish I could. I wish I could do the platinum eventually, if I one of these days, just for the heck of it. But
I'm trying to imagine that, but let me not.
what?
And Miss Molina, the how it would look on you in that sense.
No, it's just for fun, man. I mean, you do it for people do it for charity all the time.
And Miss Molina is saying Slovakia is leading 1-0 against Poland. So last 2 to 3 questions, and then we wrap it up. Okay. If so, tell us more about your job. You didn't tell us about what you do as a career.
I
And
do like technology innovation. Like I look at like different technology and see what you can do to improve it. and then you come up with things as a team. So part of that, and I also work in like a little bit of a work alongside. I did stuff in healthcare in the past too. So
Okay, and if you were not doing all that, what would your dream job be?
like ideal job.
Yeah, ideal job.
Oh, blogging for sure. Working on that.
Okay, and if you can probably do something on that. That isn't too hard. Like I enjoy doing it, but anyways, then the thing is, if you had like maybe $1 million, what would you do with it?
Okay, so I think it would be. So right now, first thing is I have to like take care of the house and all. I have to like pay off my bills and all the usual fun stuff, all the most important stuff. And then what would be like so fantastic to do is not have a house and just travel, travel on a Airbnb or couch surf. Just for a little.
What happened to the house with the pool?
I still want that, but like I think it would be kind of cool. Like if it would be kind of cool just to like switch locations. But a house with a pool, I like it. I like that idea. Nice stable place. Uh, Live a lifestyle where you spend 6 months in one place and 6 months in the other. Nice stuff.
Okay, if Bhargav walks up to a jukebox, what song is he playing at any cafe?
Um, most likely, country.
What song? Any song? Particular song that you would be playing?
A wagon wheel.
Okay, and if Bhargav and is the DJ of a party, what song would he be playing? What party music? What party song would he be playing? What is your go-to party song?
Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi.
Okay, okay. 1 second. So yeah, we have covered most of the topics, and as you mentioned, your favorite team in this Euros is Portugal, and a game between Poland and Slovakia is going on. I saw everyone saying that okay, cheer for Poland and stuff. Like they were all good for Poland, and now Slovakia is leading. It's like that Denmark versus Finland game. So things happening there, and I think we have probably gotten a lot of details from you that maybe people may not have known before. But before we wrap it up, a quick shout out to your channel, and can you tell people more about it before we wrap
Yeah,
up?
so I started a channel called BK Reflections. The goal for the channel for me is to like just put out videos once a week, just gaming videos for now. But hopefully it ends up on my beach relaxation channel, where I get to like bring together a bunch of people that I meet across YouTube, and just enjoy a good conversation on the beach on a live stream. That's the
So
dream.
since you mentioned the beach, which is your favorite beach?
Oh, definitely. I enjoy Miami Beach a lot, but the best one is probably Siesta Key.
Okay, so we have given you a lot of information about Bhargav, and since it is known as the title of the stream is Know Your YouTuber, I think you have come to know a lot of things about Bhargav. If you have seen it, the entire video, he's talked about a lot of things that he would probably not get a chance to talk about on a football based stream, because most of the streams are football based. And big up to all the people in the chat, Miss Melina, Ryan, and all the other guys who dropped in, Jordan, Rishabh. Apart from that, Mike as well in the chat, John in the chat. I think I can see like around 7 or 8 people who had joined the stream. Big up Ryan, he's saying brilliant, class, fun, happy stream. Big up Ryan, and big up Miss Melina as well. Thank you for the support. So we have given out a lot of information about you, Bhargav, and people who probably do streams with you may not have known all these things all this while. So probably if they do tune in and they can watch in, and probably they can know a few more things about you, and probably they can plan more stuff around it. So big up and thank you so much for coming on. This is just episode 1. Next week, probably, or sorry, at the end of this week, probably on Saturday evening, we'll be doing episode 2. So we'll have our guest. It's going to be a weekly episodic thing, and it's going to be on Saturdays instead of Monday. So this happened to be on a Monday because of, as I said, health issues and stuff going on around here. So hopefully it happens on a Monday, on a Saturday, and I would like to see you guys there as well. So we won't be revealing the next guest right now, but this is something that's going to be a surprise. It's like that WWE segment where they say that this so and so wrestlers will be facing this guy and a secret partner or a mystery partner. So that is how it's going to be. It's going to be fun. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you so much, Bhargav, for coming on. And it was a pleasure and it was a great stream to have you on. And as I said, people now know a lot more about you than probably what they did 60 to 70 minutes before previously, like 60 to 70 minutes prior to the stream, and they know a lot more about you.
Yeah,
It's just that,
and I want to
yeah,
say
go
one
ahead.
thing. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate me you for having me here. It was a great experience, by the way. And then the second thing is, if anybody's new to the channel, please do hit the like, share, and subscribe. It's a really wonderful channel that I'm currently on. So blessed to be here.
Thank you so much. And it's tough right now for me to talk with all this cold as well. I am stammering to an extent. And big up to Ryan as well. He's again asking you. So I think you need to address him soon.
No, yeah,
And
we'll talk to him real soon. Like as
sure.
soon as this thing's
And
over.
sure. Thank you so much for coming on. And big up to all you guys in the chat as well. And thank you so much for your support. Hopefully, you can share this around with Bhargav's friends or people who you guys do videos with, and they can know a bit more about Bhargav. And if anyone would be interested in coming on for these future streams, we have a you can say a queue at the moment with people we are planning to bring on, and we have a list. But definitely, if someone else is also interested, they can come on so that people know a bit more about them. And once these streams start kicking off, I think everyone would be want to be part of it as well, because this is where you get to know your YouTubers. And big up to Bhargav, thank you so much, and big up to everyone in the chat. We will wrap this up now. This was episode 1 of a different kind of thing that we just started. Thank you so much once again for your support. Be home, be safe, and come on, you gunners.